Oh, they're calling this Asmongolds' worst take. I haven't heard it. I heard Sneeko freak the fuck over this. I'm going to see what this apparently catastrophic Nazi-like take is, and I'm going to see once again, can we explain it? Can we defend it? I am, by the way, John Tectone. They call me Asmongold, second in command. People always tell me that Asmongold says this horrific shit. I've yet to see him say anything that isn't defensible. His current worst take is that there are inferior cultures that have genocide baked into them. Yeah, duh. By the way, Asmongold apologized for that. He should have never apologized for that because everybody knows that certain cultures are inferior. Would we like to talk about the New Guinea cum warriors, where the New Guinea cum warriors take every adult male in the village and they 6 to 10-year-old children so that way they're ready for battle? Yeah, do we want to act like all cultures are the same? Hey, John Tectone here. I would like to say I think the United States culture is just a little bit than promoting minor gay child gang rape, but that's just me. Anyways, here we go. Let's talk about Asmongold's quote-unquote worst take so far. Saw that I got a donut. I'm going to talk about that after the video. Let's get into it. If you like this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Is shoot 'em, problem solved? That's what I would do.
Shoot 'em, problem solved. They're obviously talking about Spain getting invaded by a bunch of, I believe it was African. It says Moroccan migrants. I thought it was African, which I believe Morocco is in Africa. Let me double check here real quick. Yeah, it's in the northwestern corner of the continent of Africa. Glad I knew that. Don't ask for the date of World War II. Let's talk about it.
That's what I think they should. I think they should just fucking shoot them. Like, I've said this before. Like,
okay.
I know that it might sound like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. I have no sympathy for doing that, and I would do that in a second.
I think if our borders are not taken seriously, then our countries are not going to be taken seriously. And if our borders aren't taken seriously, which leads to our countries not taken seriously, what they're attempting to do, our entire country falls apart if we don't get immigration under control. That's the number one thing. If you can't control who is coming in and who is coming out of your country falls to pieces. Everybody knows this. I want to reference a game called World of Warcraft. If you get a raid group of 25 individuals from your guild, that raid is going to go infinitely smoother than if you have 5 guildies and 20 randoms. Everybody knows this, especially if you don't check their gear, you don't check their comms, you don't check their achievements. If you check nothing and all these unchecked people randomly queue in, you're going to get disconnects, you're going to get AFKs, you're going to get random pulls, you're going to get fucked up cooldowns. Everybody knows this. Your country needs to work like a guild group in World of Warcraft, because if it doesn't, then your country is going to fall apart. And the reality is, we have told these people to stop coming here illegally, to stop here coming illegally, to stop here coming illegally. It's very hard to not understand that at this point. So if these people are getting on boats, literal boats, and if you want to know the context of this clip, here it is. So they got into boats and 6,000 Moroccan migrants swarmed Spain because they realized Spain is a great country, and so they wanted to ruin it by coming in by the thousands because, well, they can't stop all of us. At this point, they know intentionally what they're doing, and they do. It would be a benefit to just simply get rid of them because clearly they would rather be in a jail in Spain rather than go to their own shitty fucking country. Oh, 60,000. Sorry, not 6,000, 60,000. Yeah, what else do you want us to do? What else do you want us to do at this point? Because if 60,000 of these people are going to start invading and attempting to outbreed all of the white folk and take over our countries from the inside, eventually at a certain point, if they want to be in our jails more than their own countries, which is also going to ruin our country because, by the way, it costs a lot of money to keep people in jail. Do you want to know how much money the United States spends on jailing people every year? Somewhere between the ballpark of $60 to $80 million every single year. Let me double check that. Let me show you how much of your tax dollars are going to make sure that prisoners are comfortable in the United States of America. This number is going to absolutely drive you fucking insane. And I want to keep in mind, oh my God. Oh, that's way worse. Guys, 100 to 120 billion per year on corrections related to prisons and jails. So yes, we don't want to keep them in our jails and prison because it costs a lot of money. Neither do other countries. And that's what they do. So at a certain point, we can't jail them. We can't tell them to go back. You only really leave us with one more option.
Because it's the right thing to do in the long term. You can never look at, in a very, very isolated incident, you could say, and there's always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids.
Yep.
If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids.
Yep.
It's really simple.
Very true. You can't say that someone committing a crime, but they're committing a crime with their kids, so now we can't hold them liable. What the fuck are we talking about? Don't bring your kids then. Your kids didn't have to be there. You brought them into this environment. It's your damn fault. And you're not going to blame the country for taking matters into their own hand because, well, what about this photo of this one crying child? I'm sorry, bro. If you can't handle the heat, don't enter the kitchen. And it's these same people, and this is the truth, by the way. It's the same people. So there were teachers who were bringing students, and this is in our own country, in preschool students and kindergarten through fifth grade students, and they were bringing them to anti-ICE riots. And let me tell you why these teachers do that. Because they want an ICE officer to misfire and hit a child. That way, there could be headlines of ICE agent shoots a child. That's what these people are doing. That's what these people are doing. That's why countries like Iran are putting elementary schools next to their military bases. That way they can put the headline of United States bombs an elementary school. They don't tell you it's attached to the military base. That's another real story, by the way. These people are intentionally putting children in harm's way. That way they can villainize the countries that need to protect themselves. These people are animals. These people are monsters. And we must not have weakness for monsters' tactics because they know what they're doing. They're abusing our sympathy. They're abusing our morality because they have none. And they want to destroy us. And everybody knows this. Let's keep going here.
You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over.
Yep.
Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over.
Which we've already seen this documented in history. And guys, it's not on us to be the good guys. It's not. We're doing what's best for our country. And you have to understand the people who shoot the kids, the people who shoot the men, the people who shoot the women, they're not the bad people. They're not. And they're going to try to convince you that they are. But the reality is these are monsters using children on shields. Oh, by the way, talking about literal shields, there was another group in another country where they put children on shields. So that way people couldn't defend themselves as if they were invading their territory. It is psychotic, barbaric behavior. And everybody knows these people are monsters, but that's not what the media is going to tell you. They're going to tell you a child got shot, an elementary school got bombed. They're not going to tell you that their own country sacrificed these people in order to make that happen. And it's disgusting. The levels of propaganda our people are underneath who actually think that the United States are the bad guys is preposterously high. And people fall for it every day.
And then
these are demons. They are demons. There is no other word for it than parasitic demons. And we must exterminate the demons.
they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works.
Yep. They want out of their own countries so bad, they're willing to kill their own women and children for it. And they blame us. Here's a better idea. If you couldn't fix your own country, stay the fuck out of ours. Okay? I'm pretty sure if these 60,000 Moroccan illegal immigrants were to just, I don't know, put in a little bit of effort, they could probably make some decent change. Just a thought. But they don't want to do that. They want to be lazy and they want to live off the backs of other countries.
It's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals. They're
Yes.
savages. Absolute fucking savages.
True.
Hamas tactics, yeah, terrorists.
Yep, they are.
Of course you don't want to do that.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you want to do it.
No, we don't want to do it, but we have to do it.
But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man.
Yep, you have to.
Like, that's the way it is.
Because here's the reality. If borders don't exist, and you guys don't want this, people outside of the country, you don't want this. If borders don't exist and everything can be occupied by force, the United States is going to mow down every country on this fucking earth. You want to act like we're afraid of Russia? Bro, Russia couldn't even beat Ukraine. Okay? Russia's a fucking joke. And we all know that shit. Borders are for everybody else's safety. And if we don't respect these, then we're going to mow everybody the fuck down. We're going to take all your shit and we're going to bring it back here. So here's an idea. If you want to immigrate, do it legally. Do it legally. And when you go to a country, ask not what this country can do for you. Ask yourself what you can do for this country. Because if people were coming over here to make the country a better place, there would be no problems. There would be no problems. But the problem is these people want to come over. They want to live off of welfare. Fun fact, 96% of Somalians are living off of welfare in the United States. That's why we got to get them the fuck out. And these aren't Somalians who just came here. Somalians who have been here for over 8 years, 96% of them are on welfare. They are making your groceries cost more. They are making your life cost more. I don't need parasites in my country, and neither do any of these other countries. Fix your own shit. And I say it every day. Brother, Detroit is a shithole. Until the United States is good to go, I don't want to help anybody else out. I am America first. Just like every other country should be their country first. And I don't want to fix anybody else's shit until we get our shit under control. You wouldn't operate on an engine with broken tools.
People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like it's you can't make decisions that way. And I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little.
It's only extreme because how quickly and how lack of explanation you give it. And retards need to be spoon-fed what you mean. Now, everybody who watches this video, they understand what Asmon means. They understand what I mean. But the people who clip chimp this shit and post it on Twitter, they don't understand it. And you want to know why they don't understand it? Because they don't want to. They don't want to. The majority of leftist discourse is them intentionally not understanding why you're saying what you're saying. And that's the truth. They want to be intentionally ignorant so they can be outraged just because you are not aligned politically. And that's the goddamn truth. And everybody knows it.
A little bit, unemotional.
Low IQ monkey behavior.
I wish we had more people like me. I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it. The
True.
reality of it is that if you allow people to use kids as a shield to come over, they're going to use kids as a shield to come over.
Yep.
And that's going to cause a net increase of child exploitation,
Yep.
a net increase of child suffering.
Yep.
And it's better to just say nobody can come over and shoot anybody than try to create winning solutions for these people so they can take advantage of them by further exploiting those groups of people that you think you don't want to shoot.
A minimum action today can prevent a maximum action of tomorrow. If these people know their barbaric tactics work, do you think they're going to stop? No. They're going to say, oh, this is how it works. We just bring children and we put them in front of us. That way they can't do anything. No. A little bit today saves a lot tomorrow. It's very simple.
That's just how it is. You say you shoot kids? Yeah. No, that's. I mean, obviously that's what I said, right? I mean, like that's clearly like. I mean, that's like, I don't know why. Like, why would you repeat it to me as if I didn't say it?
Yep.
That's literally exactly what I said. That's the reasoning for it. That's my logic. That's exactly what I would do, and I wouldn't even have any question for it.
Yep.
Come on. Well, I'm gonna pull one more up. Keep the kids, deport their families. What do you think the kids do? The kids grow up and they resent you for supporting their families to turn to terrorists.
There it is.
No. You present a very specific scenario, just shooting into a crowd, and now there happen to be kids too? Of course, because that's the reality. Because if you have kids in the crowd, then kids are going to get killed in the crowd.
Yep.
Then you're going to use the emotional weight of the kids getting killed in the crowd as a justification to not shoot the crowds.
Yep.
But you think that shooting the crowds is the correct option, which means that you would be okay taking the risk of killing the kids,
Yep.
which means that killing the kids is somehow acceptable, which means
Yep.
that doing that is not a big deal.
Yep.
And you'd be okay with it as well.
True.
You're ignoring how the sausage is made because you don't want to feel bad about the outcome.
Yep.
But
you have to understand that bacon comes from somewhere. That steak comes from somewhere. You living in ignorance of that fact doesn't make you a better person.
the reality is that
It just makes you an uninformed one.
any way that you logically deduce this reality, you will immediately come out with bad behavior.
Yep.
You understand? You just create a human shield defense? Of course. All I'm saying is don't pull the kids aside and shoot them if you had a choice. I don't think they should pull them aside. No one wants to feel bad about the outcome. Well, of course, I mean, like...
If everything could be handled perfectly, obviously we would do that. But obviously things can't be handled perfectly. Obviously. Because the scenario already happened and they were defenseless. And now there's 60,000 illegal immigrants that are all in Spain because they were too weak to do what they needed to do.
Yeah, actually, I don't care about feeling bad about the outcome at all.
And I want to let every illegal immigrant or potential illegal immigrant go. No. Just get on a boat, go to California. They'll welcome you with open arms. If you would like to ruin the United States, look no further than California. They will let you in. Go, have fun, guys, have fun. Hey, it's right on the coast. Go ahead, get in there.
I care about feeling bad about that I did the wrong thing. This is the kind of guy that falls hook, line, and sinker for the Hamas propaganda because he can't see past kids. It's so sad, man.
Yep.
It's honestly so sad the amount of people that are emotionally captured by this.
Yep. The reality is, Asmongold has had a lot of bad takes. This is not one of them. This is the common sense take. It is not our responsibility to ensure the safety of other countries when criminals are committing violent acts and they are putting their own children at risk. That's on them. It's not on us. Sneeko responds with, Asmongold must be the dumbest commentator I have ever seen in my life. Demonic filth, not even a human. Shut the fuck up, you Islamic, Muslimic. Also, fun fact, self-proclaimed pedophile. Jesus Christ. And once again, I don't think Sneeko's a pedophile. I just think he's a retard. Anyways, catch you all on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.